Now it's time to celebrate excellence at the LogiSYM Awards 2020. So, held for the second year, LogiSYM Awards recognises companies and individuals who actively demonstrate expertise and contributed significantly to moving the industry forward. So our winners were selected by an expert panel of 9 judges this year. So we cannot do our normal stage presentations, as you can imagine. But I'm happy to say that almost all of our award winners are here online to receive their awards. So without further ado, and I have quite a number of awards to go through, 12 I said, we're going to move into the winner of the very first award, and that award is for the best e-commerce technology company. And the winner of this award for best e-commerce technology company is Parcel Perform. And to receive the award on behalf of the company, very happy to welcome Dana von der Heide, who's the founder and the Chief Commercial Officer at Parcel Perform. So Dana, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what an honor to be here, and what a truly exciting opportunity to receive the award on behalf of the business and all of our colleagues today, of course. Yeah, as previously mentioned, it's interesting times in the logistics industry. Logistics is going through changes, and that's basically part of the motivation of why we started Parcel Perform, because what we really wanted to bring to the industry was a much more data-centric view of things. So we saw the opportunity of logistics data, particularly parcel tracking data, but we also saw the lack of structure in this data pool, and we set out to standardize parcel tracking data globally. We've done so very successfully across 600 carriers, and yeah, very fortunate to now work together with a global brand across the board on the e-commerce side, brands like Nespresso, Decathlon, also Love Bonito, for example, here in Singapore, but also on the B2B side. And yeah, I think seeing the challenging times that everyone is going through, the challenges for the logistics and supply chain space, we also really see the opportunity that data provides in this area, especially when it comes to kind of keeping customer up to date. Now that in COVID times, processes take sometimes longer, we've seen very encouraging kind of uptake and feedbacks from our clients that having the transparency on where their deliveries are and even communicating proactively when they are late is extremely helpful and gains trust. And again, truly provides an opportunity for logistics to come in and help e-commerce businesses and other businesses to grow and to even impact customer relationships and retention. So yeah, truly fantastic to have the opportunity to be a player into that, bring a new dimension into logistics with the data that we are working on. And of course, also very encouraging to see many of the other companies nominated today, and being part of them truly honors us. To thank you so much for everyone for having us, supporting us, and also organizing this event. Very exciting times.
Congratulations again to Parcel Perform for winning for Best E-commerce Technology Company. Now for the next award. The next award is for Best Supply Chain Innovation. I understand that this company, ALSCO, will not be able to receive the award today, but they won for Best Cold Chain Packaging Solution. So again, congratulations.
Joe, sorry, Bob,
yes?
we have ALSCO here live, ready to receive the award.
Okay, we do have ALSCO online now, great.
Yes, I'm online. Good afternoon.
Yes, please go ahead and say a few words on why you deserve to win this award.
Yes, so with all the pharmaceutical, cold chain, frozen food packaging around, the most pressing issue is the quality and the control of the transportation chain, for which we not invented but applied insulation material from building construction for the first time in packaging industry. And with this we can achieve up to 8 hours for frozen food transportation in tropical climate, and together with cold blocks, cooling blocks, we can achieve up to 5 days transportation, which would then allow air freight shipments across the region for all kind of products without any kind of active cooling necessary.
Okay, thank you, Axel, and congratulations again on your award.
Welcome, thank you.
Okay, and for the next award, our third award so far, is for the best supply chain software company, a very hotly contested category this year. I'm very, very happy to say this award goes to a local Singapore company. That company's name is Keyfields. And Kenny Tan, are you online? Hello, Kenny.
Yes, Bob, I'm online to receive this award. Thank you for...
Congratulations, Kenny. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Chief Judge Bob. Thank you, LogiSYM. Thank you, panel of judges. Thank you, Dr. Raymond Krishnan, President of LogiSYM. And I would also like to thank my team's key fielders. They're my ACE team. LogiSYM started in 2014 as a local symposium, and it has since grown to become a regional one with many countries having LogiSYM event. And then they have their own magazine. And next year, they will be actually having cargo now in partnership with SPH. It has grown to become one of the biggest event organizers. And I'd like to thank the team of LogiSYM and LCMS people for helping us win this award, and also the judges. This year is a tough year for supply chain and also for the world economy. So this award will give us a booster for the company. Thank you, LogiSYM.
Thank you, Kenny, and congratulations again to you and all your colleagues at Keyfields. For the next award, this is for the best third-party logistics company. And the winner is Blue. And to receive the award is someone you just heard from in the earlier segment. His name is Prashant Advani, and Prashant is the founder and the CEO of Blue. So Prashant, congratulations on receiving the award.
Thank you so much, Bob. Really appreciate this award, and it's really testament to the team who've over the past few months have had to react in all sorts of different ways to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. Those teams working from home behind the scenes, but at the same time, the operations teams both in the warehouse as well as those performing deliveries to our network of parcel lockers, ensuring that consumers can still continue to buy and sell and receive their items in a safe way. So really, thank you so much to the LogiSYM team, and we look forward to working with you guys over the long run.
Thank you, Prashant. You're all doing a great job at Blue. Well done for that, and I'm sure you appreciate getting this award as well. For the next award is for the best transportation company. The winner of this award is CEVA Logistics.
Okay, first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm the Regional MD for Southeast Asia Pacific on behalf of CEVA Logistics, based in Singapore. This is a very unusual time because it's our first time receiving an award online. So it's a great honor to receive this from LogiSYM. And this award goes to the hard work of the people of CEVA Logistics, who have been supporting the transportation global logistics network over a very difficult period throughout COVID-19. I think it shows to say some of the examples that we gave earlier on in the presentation shows the critical projects that we have managed throughout the COVID period. And transportation plays a essential part to the success of a lot of our customers' deliveries today. We want to thank again all the organizers for making this award happen, and also to appreciate the hard work that our people have contributed. So thank you once again, and thank you for receiving this award.
For the final award of this segment in the corporate category of awards, is for the best warehouse automation company. The award goes to Swisslog. To receive the award, we have Paul Stringelman and Sean Ryan. So Paul is Senior Logistics Consultant at Swisslog, and Sean is Head of Sales and Consulting. So Paul and Sean, congratulations on receiving the award.
Yeah, thank you very much on behalf of Swisslog. We really appreciate this award, given it's an APAC area role award as opposed to down in Australia. So very proud to be part of the Asia Pacific industry and developing data-driven robotic solutions. And I'd like to thank Paul as the inventor of the solution for including me in this journey to bring it to life. It's been much appreciated, and thank you again from Swisslog.
Yeah, and I just want to also just say thanks to everyone for the award. I've been a systems engineer for 20 years in firstly the airport industry and now warehousing for the last 8 years. But this is really the first time that I've had the opportunity to invent anything and be named as the inventor on the solution patent, systems patent. And it's a really interesting solution. So please have a look on YouTube. There are videos of the solution. It's called Carry Star. It's for the pallet-to-pallet transfer of goods, picking in a conveyorless environment, just using automated mobile robots or AGVs and industrial robots from our parent company, KUKA. So thanks very much again for the award. It's very exciting to receive it. And thanks to LogiSYM.
Thank you.
Okay, well done, guys. Well done, Paul. Well done, Sean. We're now moving to the individual awards. So these are for people who have shown excellence in their careers and in what they're doing in terms of really moving the industry ahead. For the first award is for Digital Transformation Champion. This award goes to Chitransh Saha. He's the director and founder of GoCommet. So Chitransh, congratulations.
Hi, thank you. Thanks a lot, LogiSYM team and panelists. I'm really humbled to get this award. It's basically a testament to what our customers have trusted in us. Our teams have been working round the clock. And I would just like to say that, these have been some very tough weeks. These have been some weeks where decades of, transformation has actually happened just because of the virtue of a pandemic. And, every such situation brings in a lot of opportunities, I believe. And definitely towards the transformation and digitization of supply chain, this will be, I think, in a longer picture or in a long-term view, is going to be a really positive thing. So thanks a lot, LogiSYM team, for this kind honor, and I hope we keep on the good work to support global supply chains from GoCommet. Thank you.
Great, thank you. We wish you all the success yourself in the years ahead.
Thank you so much.
The next award is recognized as entrepreneurship. This award titled Promising Startup Champion, and the award goes to Arne Jaroszewski, who's the co-founder and CEO of Parcel Perform. Arne, are you there?
I'm here. Many thanks from my side for this award. I'm really humbled, and I think it's a testament also to the kind of digital transformation of the supply chain industry. I personally came from an e-commerce technology background, then I kind of stumbled upon supply chain as it's a key enabler to be successful in the technology space, in particular e-commerce. And I think realizing that there's a lot of opportunities from the digitalization, particularly on the collaboration between players, collaboration with customers. That's what inspired us with Parcel Perform to set up a player that facilitates this process. So since going on this entrepreneurial journey, I think we have added value to a lot of big logistics companies, but also kind of users of logistics services. And I truly believe we're only scratching the surface on what further technology, digitalization, and collaboration can bring to this supply chain, not only to make it more efficient, but also like add a lot more value in the process to the actual users of the system. So we as Parcel Perform want to add to this and be part of this journey. And yeah, it's great to see that this is recognized by the LogiSYM team. So I can say thank you for myself, but also for our team that stands behind this effort to contribute to this journey for everyone. Thanks a lot.
Okay, well done, Alan. A good day for Parcel Perform. 2 awards today. Well done. Well done.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you.
Okay, good. This next award is for Supply Chain Management Champion, and the winner, someone who's done a lot of work locally in Singapore in pushing supply chain projects and has seen a lot of success in doing that. So very happy to award this to Edmund Chan, who's the Assistant Director at Republic Polytechnics. Edmund, congratulations.
Thank you, LogiSYM, for this Supply Chain Champion Award. It's a great honor to be recognized by your industry peers. I represent Republic Polytechnic, right, the Center of Innovation for Supply Chain Management, or COISCM for short. Right, the award really goes out to my team, right, who work with me tirelessly on many supply chain projects. So we will continue to work hard, uncover more practical digital capabilities, right, to help our companies get on, right, the supply chain transformation and business transformation. Thank you.
Okay, well done, Edmund, and keep up the good work. The next award, again, a very hotly contested category. There's many nominations for this. It's for Sustainability and CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility Champion. The award goes to someone who's the Deputy Director Sustainability at a company called CEVA Connect. And the gentleman's name is Kavit Kumar Murugunathan. So Kavit Kumar, well done, congratulations to you.
Thank you. Just very honored and humbled to have received this award. So my thanks goes out to the LogiSYM team. And just as part of this conference symposium today, as many of the speakers alluded to, I think sustainability and corporate responsibility has moved from the peripheries to the core of supply chain management. And I think that's very heartening to know. And I think there's much more that needs to be done. And if any company out there is not integrating sustainability and corporate responsibility as core to their business, I think the business risk is tremendous. And I think especially during these times that we are witnessing, I think COVID-19 has clearly shown that corporate responsibility is very crucial. So it's not just the environment, it's about our human capital and everything else. So I hope that in the next symposiums, I think there will be more nominations for this category and more champions are recognized for the good work they are doing in the supply chain. So once again, thank you very much, and I also send my congratulations to the other winners and nominees for this LogiSYM Awards. So thank you.
Okay, well done again, well done, Kavit Kumar. And this award now, the next award is for thought leadership. So who's been thinking about supply chains? And I can tell you this person who's the winner of this award has been thinking about supply chains for a very long time. I'm really happy to see that the winner of this award is someone I've known for a very long time. And I'm really happy. I've not seen him for a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing him again. If only it's on screen, but I'm looking forward to seeing Mark Miller, who's the winner of this award for Thought Leadership Champion. Mark is a speaker, author, and advisor to global supply chain ecosystems. Mark, hello to you in Hong Kong. I guess that's where you are.
Indeed, I am, Bob, in Hong Kong, enjoying the hiatus. And thank you very much. Thank you, your judging panel, and all the LogiSYM community. I'm really honored to be recognized as the Supply Chain Thought Leadership Champion this year. You know, it's funny, I've been talking for more than a decade now about how supply chains are becoming more global, more complex, more strategic, and looking at the supply chain ramifications of some key critical megatrends impacting just about every business. That is the Asian century, digital disruption, the e-commerce frenzy, and of course, shifts in globalization. And here we are now in the 2020 decade, and the coronavirus crisis has giving us another massive supply chain disruptor. So I think in the years ahead, supply chain practitioners are going to continue to be very busy as supply chain becomes front page news, thanks to COVID-19, which has exposed all these profound interdependencies in our global supply chain ecosystems and the risks inherently involved in a complex, connected world. I expect to see some radical reconfiguration of global supply chains in the years ahead, whereby I see us moving to a much more regional approach to global trade and regional supply chains. So lots of work still to do. It will be interesting, challenging, and exciting times ahead. But I thank you again for the Supply Chain Thought Leadership Award. Thanks to LogiSYM for putting on the great virtual event, to everybody in the supply chain community, and to those who nominated me and my friends and colleagues around the industry. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, well done, Mark, and hope to see you in Singapore again very soon.
Yeah, me too.
Good. Right. And for the final award, now this is a special award given on behalf of the LogiSYM committee. So we got together and thought about who's the best, who's the most appropriate person to win this award. Because this award is to recognize an individual for his or her achievements during a stellar career dedicated to serving this industry. After much thought, the winner of this award, as decided by the LogiSYM committee, is Brian Miles. Now, Brian Miles is the ex-managing director at Shaper Systems International. And Brian established Shaper Systems in Singapore back in 1984. And over 35 years, he grew the business from Singapore all across Asia Pacific and across the Middle East. And it's now very, as you will probably know, Shaper Systems is now one of the major suppliers of material handling and automated storage systems. And a large part of that success is down to Brian Miles, and he's fully deserving of this award. So, Brian, congratulations on receiving this award. Are you surprised? Or
yes, Bob. I'm very, very surprised and very honoured. Thank you and the management team for the award. It certainly wasn't expected. As you say, I arrived in Singapore in 1984. In fact, it arrived on National Day. So the firework display was a great welcoming to our new home. Our original plan was to keep it simple, keep the costs down, and we started in a little 4,000 square foot office warehouse in Gentian Lane, the staff of 7. And our first year's budget for 1985 was the big figure of 2 million Singapore dollars, which we achieved. Little did we appreciate that 35 years later, the company would now employ 1,000 people, represented in 15 countries in APEC and the Middle East, and 2020 budget in excess of 350 million euro. This wouldn't have been possible without the strong support of my 2 main mentors, Gerhard Schaefer, the Schaefer family, and Rudolf Keller, the CEO Schaefer Overseas Operation. But any company is only as strong as its management team. I was extremely fortunate to be able to recruit an excellent team of country managers, most of which have been with the company for over 20 years. And they've now built up their own local teams in each country. Whilst I retired in December 2019, I still maintain a close contact with the team who have managed to negotiate the challenges of the COVID-19 crisis. I'm confident that the company will survive. It will emerge from the crisis in better shape, following some changes that are being introduced by the Schaefer organization in Europe. So, Bob, thank you once again for the award. Greatly appreciated.
Good.
And it will go in my office where I'm sitting at the moment. Thank you.
Great. And Brian, how are you enjoying your retirement?
Well, thanks to the crisis, we've been very much locked in, locked down. So haven't got out a lot at the moment, but the plan is certainly to keep in touch with the friends that I've made in the industry, and when it permits, to do some travel.
Okay, good, good. Well, it's highly deserved after, I'm sure you worked so very hard over those 35 years, so well-deserved retirement as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's a wrap for the awards. Congratulations again to all our 12 award winners, and great to see that everybody was online. Apologies, we had a slight technical glitch at the start of the award ceremony. But again, well done to everybody. And we look forward to more nominations in 2021. We will be having these awards next year as well. So let's have more nominations and see more people coming up to get awards, hopefully in a physical sense next year rather than online. Online is good, but physical on stage is even better. So look forward to LogiSYM Digital, LogiSYM Awards 2021. And I guess that's also a wrap for LogiSYM Digital 2020. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been involved, as presenters, panelists, people behind the scenes working very hard to bring this to you. And also to everybody out there in across the world, it seems. I heard Uganda and right across the world in different places have joined us today. And I'm sure, well, I really hope that you've enjoyed this afternoon's session. All the recordings will be online for you to access in a few days' time, so look out for those. There's also regular webinars that we hold. LogiSYM, for that, go to our website to look for details on our almost weekly webinars. And with that, I want to say thank you and goodbye and all the best. Goodbye.